Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new game that I'm going to try out and a challenge in that game. The game is Total Extreme Wrestling 9. It is a wrestling booking simulator where you take the control of a company and you try to build it up from where you start out to as high as you can get it based on your own ability as a booker. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we are going to be doing a challenge called Local to Global, which is you start out at the very bottom, bare minimum, zero, and you try to get up as high as you can, which is global. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't, and we're going to try and make it here. Now, as you can see based on the screen, we are playing the mod Here Comes the Money 2001. What the mod essentially is that in 2001 in real life, WCW went bankrupt and was bought out by the WWF. And in this timeline, Shane McMahon buys it, so WCW is still around, although it's not what it was when it goes out of business in I believe, March of 2001. This save will pick up in May of 2001, and we are not going to play as WCW. We're not going to play as WWF. We're not going to play as any company that existed at this point in time in 2001. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take a wrestler who was a part of both companies during the Monday Night Wars and take him, have him make a company, and try to make something with it. And that wrestler is none other than JEFF JARRETT. Haha. As you can tell, he's got pretty good booking simulator or booking skills. Not so good reputation, but that won't matter because I'm booking him, and that probably won't go that great. So we will be playing with him, and as you can tell, he is already as the owner of TNA Wrestling. I did not put a description because I figured I didn't need to. That it wouldn't be too important because it's brand new. There's no need to make a description because we're essentially going to be making that based on how well we go. Now, we will play as the owner because we, are the owner. Oh, I didn't mean to hit. Oh, I guess we're just not going to. Nobody's getting deleted. So, here we are. Financial advice from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Last night's Funny Money, perhaps the world's only financial based comedy show, had a surprise guest WWF wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin. His brief appearance is part of a segment on highly paid sports stars, and it was suggested that at $221,000 a month, he is likely the highest paid wrestler in the world right now. No Christ, man. Dude's making over $2.5 million a year. What we need to do first and foremost is assess where we are. Right now, the only person we have on the roster is Jeff Jarrett, which isn't a bad thing. He is incredibly popular. He's got good in ring abilities. He's good on the mic. And he's going to have to draw us a couple of dimes if we're to, do anything substantial in this business. Although whether or not that happens, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, look at the finance. We got nothing. Look at divisions. We have the heavyweight division. We have the X division. We have the tag division. Women's. We are going to try and have a women's division. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but we're at least going to try. And we have ET, which is not an alien, it's enhancement talent. So we're going to hire guys specifically for them to be job guys. That kind of an idea. Product. Where is my product? There it is. We're just going to go with the good old Vince Russo special here because that is pretty much what TNA was going to be at the time. Speaking of Vince Russo, can I actually sign him? Is he available? Why am I going here to look him up? So, yes, he is. $400 a show. No, thank you. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give a brief rundown. We look at the booking team. It's myself. We make about 80 per meeting, so every hour of television we have to make 20. We meet that, so we don't have to worry about creative energy at all. There is no brand split. We don't have anybody. We have no workers. We have no creative. I guess we do. I'm the best guy there. Woo. Production, absolutely awful. Merch. Where's merch? Merch, level 1. So we are not going to be off to an easy start. Now, the only thing that I have given ourselves is the TNA X Division Championship, mainly because I wanted to see if the NWA would take me in. They are. So that's right. We are now in the National Wrestling Alliance, just like TNA was in real life, which means we are going to be able to use their world titles. So we're going to have access to a couple of people here. Oh, they do have a women's title. Oh, that's great. I don't have to make my own. Wonderful. I've done some research, and there is a lot of stuff going into it, like travel, and I'm just not going to pay attention to that. I'm going to make this even harder on myself. I'm just going to try and put on the best show with the best workers that I can reasonably afford, and I'm going to go with that, and we're going to see how we do. So, what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go look through all of these workers, of which there are, a lot. There's a lot here. Actually, if I cut it down to just people I can hire, is it any better? A little better. The little knob got a little bigger. So I'm gonna go through it, and I'm going to start giving out contracts and shortlisting guys that I think are going to be good in this save. And I'm going to show you each one of them as I find them. So I'm sorry, Too Cold Scorpio. I'm probably not going to hire you. That for $500 a show? No, thank you. Figured it out. So now we'll actually be able to show you what we got going on, which I'm very upset that we weren't able to do that before. So enhancement talent, we got Amazing Red, good high flyer, good fundamentals, and a guy who just got a herniated spinal disc. Uh, so he's not going to be around for very long. I don't know why I exited out of that. Along with that, we got our heavyweight division, which will have Abyss, with James Mitchell as his manager, Chris Hero, Jeff Jarrett, Monty Brown, Ray Gonzalez, Scotty Riggs, and John Cena. His original name was The Prototype. We go to none, as I said before. It's James Mitchell, Jerry Jarrett, Mickey J. Our tag division, we have Colt Cabana, C.W. Anderson, Frankie Kazarian, Jason Cross, Michael Shane, Paul London, Shark Boy, and Simon Diamond. I did it again. Our women's division, we've got Alexis Lurie, Beth Phoenix, Jazz, and I'm going to go with Maiko Satomura. I gotta stop doing that. It's going to annoy me because it's just. Now I'm thinking it's going to like pop up something else because I keep doing something. AJ Styles in our X division. AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels with hair. CM Punk, Jamie Dundee, Loki, Mikey Henderson, and Sanjay Dutt. So that's where we're sitting at in terms of everything we got. We have decided to make a weekly pay-per-view. We are not having it today. The next scheduled date should be on the 20th. There we go. Good thing I noticed that before advancing. All right, so our backstage rules are nothing is really hampering what we're able to do. We got a lot of good relationships. We got a couple of mild. We got one mild, one negative influence. We got one who's just isolated because they don't know English. I think we're in a good spot to go ahead and simulate to our first show. So let us go ahead and do that, and I'll see you when we get to there. All right, so we are now on to the day of the show, and some new stuff came up. Christopher Daniels is now just a technician instead of a technician flyer. Samoa Joe has left 0-1 because their tour ended. James Mitchell got hired by World Wrestling Council, I believe. Yeah, World Wrestling Council, which is a Puerto Rico-based promotion. Jazz got hired by AJW, which is All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, on a tour deal. I don't know what that means. Simon Diamond got a contract extension, but it's just a handshake deal, so nothing to worry about. So yeah, people got hired, but it shouldn't hurt us at all. So what I'll do now, we'll get in and we'll do some of the beginning parts. Give the night off. We won't give anybody the night off because we won't know what's going to go on. All right. We can expect 49 fans for today's show. We are currently based in the southeast, so let's just go with a generic venue. Uh, Booking team meeting. We required 20, and we have 74 left over. So let's go with a finish. Ooh, big gamble. Love it. And we don't have enough after that, so we're just going to call that good. Locker room incidents. Simon Diamond trained Beth Phoenix, Alexis Lurie, and Jazz. And he trained 16 other students. Okay. Oh, Mickey J and James Mitchell have been hanging out together a lot recently. That's good. All right, address the locker room. Let's inspire. All right, nice. You have given an inspirational speech. The entire locker room is now fired up and buzzing with anticipation. So, without further ado, we have 60 minutes. We can go 25% over. So, 75 minutes is a maximum, 45 minutes is a minimum. And we are missing Michael Modest with a herniated spinal cord. So I'll see you again when I actually get this all set up. Oh, actually, can I? Oh, uh, yeah, we're bringing him in. What are you guys sitting at? Oh, we're crowning champions tonight. I hope you understand. This is a forewarning. This is going to be all title matches: World, Tag, Women's, and the X Division. So I'll see you again when I got all the matches and all the angles booked up, and I think I'll show you a quick rundown of what the card will look like, or maybe we'll just go right into the show. So you'll find out when we get to that point. Oh, Kurt Hennig? Kurt Hennig's here? Uh-huh. Oh, Alright, well, I am faced with a decision here. I really want to bring him in and have a triple threat world title match. God, you're so good. No, I don't have money. I don't have money for that. All right, I have booked the show fully, and as you can see, we got 4 matches and 3 angles. Going one every other. For now, that'll work. I don't want to get too caught up into doing stuff like that, but as you see, we have AJ Styles versus CM Punk versus Christopher Daniels versus Low Ki in a fatal 4-way match to determine the first ever X Division champion. After that, Jeff Jarrett's going to come out and talk about how much the NWA Championship means to him. And Carino will interrupt him and cut a promo on him, telling him how he isn't World Championship material and how the only reason he got anything in WCW was because he was Vince Russo's boy. After that, you'll have a triple threat match for the NWA Women's Championship between Beth Phoenix, Alexis Lurie, and Jazz. After that, we have the debut of James Mitchell and the Monster Abyss. James Mitchell will cut a promo on behalf of Abyss. Then we'll have the NWA World Tag Team Champions, the New Heavenly Bodies, take on C.W. Anderson and Simon Diamond. After that, Monty Brown will introduce himself to TNA and pretty much says, I'm going to run roughshod over all of you and you will feel the pounce. Period. And then we'll go to the main event, which is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. Jeff Jarrett and Steve Carino. So without further ado, let's see how this show goes. The opening match, and about that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Christopher Daniels defeated AJ Styles, CM Punk, and Low Ki in 12 minutes and 24 seconds. And Christopher Daniels pinned AJ Styles with the sit-out pedigree, or the Angel's Wings, either or. In a match that was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. Christopher Daniels wins the X Division title. And it's something I never thought I'd see. CM Punk is the weak link. He had a 32 in an in-ring performance. Styles was number 1 at 53, and Loki and Daniels tied at 48. We do get to see all of their gimmicks and how they did. AJ Styles coming in as an arrogant man, adequate. CM Punk got the straight edge gimmick, great. The Fallen Angel gimmick is very good, and Loki got adequate for his martial art gimmick. And Mickey J, the referee, also had his own gimmick, referee, and people didn't buy that one that well. AJ Styles benefited from having a new move, and Loki benefited from being flavor of the month. I don't think I've seen that one very often, but yeah, phenomenal way to start out the show. A 40 match rating, can't get better than that, and it is gonna get better than that actually. In comes Jeff Jarrett. He cuts the promo. He came across well. He improvised very well, and when Carino came out, he did too. But Carino was also the road agent for this match, and he could have done a better job. But still, 52. Good start for that. Here comes the women match. Oh my God. Okay, this is actually not that bad. In a decent match, Jazz defeated Beth Phoenix and Alexis LeRae with a Fisherman's Buster to Alexis LeRae getting the victory. She wins the NWA World Women's Championship with a 22 match rating. Jazz was head and shoulders the best person. Alexis LeRae was second. Each and every one of them had a great gimmick rating, which I think is pretty good for a division that isn't going to have a lot of people in it. In comes the Monster Abyss. Oh, Monster Abyss's gimmick got over very good. James Mitchell's did not. So, and as you can see, we got a little bit of a storyline with that. A 30 rating for the promo. Here we go. NWA World Tag Team Championship. It is C.W. Anderson and Simon Diamond defeating the New Heavenly Bodies in just over 8 minutes in a wild brawl when Simon Diamond pinned Vinny DiNucci with a fireman's carry inverted DDT. I have a hard time visualizing what that looks like. But the important thing is C.W. Anderson and Simon Diamond win the NWA World Tag Team Championships. W. Anderson and Simon Diamond both got a rating of very good for their gimmicks and another good match. Monty Brown comes up. His alpha male gimmick did poor, but he did a good promo, I suppose. A 27 rating, and then we get to the main event. It is Jeff Jarrett versus Steve Carino, and Jeff Jarrett wins by submission, and he is the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And just like that, bam, 45 overall popularity, held in front of 76 people, and we did get one popularity increase in one region. A hell of a way for the first show to go. We will actually... Let's give Styles some round of applause here. He was one of the best performers of the night. After that... Who else? My dad. No. That's actually going to be kind of hard. Who else should get the nod for a good showing, I suppose? Yeah, we'll give it to Steve Carino. You know, he's not going to stick around. He's only here for one night, but yeah, make him happy. Oh, my sweet Lord. Yeah, that cost a lot of money. Most of that was just pay. Ugh. So, yep, that didn't do well. We did not get any popularity increases at all, but a pretty good showing for the first one, but we are in the hole, and we're going to have to be a little smarter on how we do that from here on out. Actually, what do the newspapers have to say? Extremely positive. It was apparently a great show for them. So, if we actually look in here, does it basic pay only $200 for bonuses and perks? We made $1, $1 from from a sponsor. We made $17 on merchandising, and we are hemorrhaging money already. So this is a great start. But that is it. Going to be it for the first episode. That is the setup, and that was the first show we did. The company only has the one champion, which is Christopher Daniels. But if you head over to the Alliance, where are the title? If you head over to the titles, Jeff Jarrett is TNA. C.W. Anderson and Simon Diamond are TNA, and Jazz is also TNA. So, we'll see how long that goes, because now we're at the mercy of whatever those other corporations decide to do. And I'll see you all again in the next part, where we'll try to get a couple of more shows in there. So, I hope to see you there.